Families need to work well for society to work well. So one of the things that we need to make sure is that families are supported enough so that society is healthy, so that communities are healthy. And in New Zealand we have a range of support systems, a range of services, early childhood services, parenting services for families, but not all families can access them. Families in some parts of New Zealand are definitely under stress, and there's a lot more that we need to do to ensure that children, as part of families, can join in and be members of our society. Families need to have enough income in order to provide for their children. People often think it's just about the child and they have this kind of knee-jerk reaction, but really the family is embedded within it. If you have healthy family units, you have healthy communities, you have a healthy society. So it's in the government's interest to ensure that there is provision, they are investing in families. They need to provide child health services. They need to provide good social services to sort of stop people falling over when times get tough for them. Economically, there are a lot of things that have to come into line. So in New Zealand at the moment, we've got Auckland house prices going out of control in a major way. Families cannot afford, one, adequate housing, two, to be there with their kids. That's another impact that I think we need to consider. The cost of living at the moment necessitates very often that both parents work. These parents are not lazy or not working. Sometimes they're working 2 or 3 jobs, so their time with their children is very restricted. But the more significant thing is the income they generate from all that hard work, low-paid employment is not enough to pay the rent, pay the bills, feed children. We've got some major economic decisions to make about how much we invest in families and therefore in children. Can families always access services that help them? Not always. I mean, one of the biggest points I want to make here is New Zealand is a very strange shape. So some children, particularly in outlying areas, find it very, very difficult to access services that have been collapsed into, say, a bigger city. Rationalising where services come from is a reality. But what we have to do is ensure that access to those services is not just a one-size-fits-all. We have to look at notions of equitable provision or equitable funding. So it's not just here's a bucket of money and we'll cut it up so everyone gets that equal share of the cake. For some people, they need more. Whose fault is it that children are living in poverty? Is it the parents' fault or is it society's fault? Society has to do more to support parents in their role as the best and primary educators, supporters, lovers, carers of their children. They are, absolutely. Do we do it well? Not for all families.